बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। आज हम करेंगे आइल्स रीडिंग टेस्ट। प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट नंबर 8 है और इस रीडिंग टेस्ट में हम करेंगे एमसीक्यूज़ और उसके अलावा येस नो नॉट गिवन। सबसे पहले हम करते हैं येस नो नॉट गिवन। तो हमारे पास ये एक पैसेज है और पैसेज के साथ हमारे पास ये आ गया हमारे पास क्वेश्चंस। येस नो नॉट गिवन। Do the following statements reflect the claims of the writer in reading passage number 1? In boxes 6 to 10 on your answer sheet, write yes, no, not given according to the situations. So we'll have to find out the questions. Our first question is, according to the British research, a mere 12% of vehicles tested produced over 50% of total pollution produced by the sample group. So come to the passage. We'll have to find what we'll have to find. According to the British research, a mere 12% of the vehicles tested produced over 50% of the total pollution produced by the sample group. According to the British research, air pollution is increasingly becoming the focus of government and citizen concern around the globe, from Mexico City and New York to Singapore and Tokyo. New solutions to this old problem are being proposed, mailed and implemented with ever increasing speed. It is feared that unless pollution reduction measures are able to keep pace with the continued, we will go forward. Action is being taken along several fronts through new legislation, improved enforcement in Los Angeles state regulations are forcing manufacturers. We'll have to find, according to the British research, or 12% make 2% of sales. No, we will not find sales campaigning. Only the police have the power to do but they tend to busy elsewhere, renting out to road space to users in the way of future. When Royal Automobile Club monitored the exhaust of 60,000 vehicles, it found that 12%, this is 12% of them produced more than half the total pollution. More than half the total pollution. This is the answer that we had to find. Older cars were the worst offenders through a sizable number of curie. New cars were also identified as gross polluters. They were simply badly tuned. 12% of them, according to the Britain's Royal Automobile Club monitored. So this is the answer that we had to find. Is it yes, no, or not given? So if the statement reflects the claims of the writer, which has been proved when British Royal Automobile Club monitored the re-exhaust of 60,000 vehicles, it found that 12% of them produced more than half the total pollution. So our answer is yes. We'll write yes, as well as in the answer sheet question number 6. Question number 6, we will write yes. Our next question is, it is currently possible to measure the pollution coming from individual vehicles whilst they are moving. We will go back from the passage where we skipped. Older cars were the worst offenders, though a sizable number of curie new cars were also identified as gross polluters. They were simply badly tuned. California has developed a scheme to get these gross polluters off Rim Street. They offer a flat $700 for any old, run-down vehicle driven in by its owner. The aim is to remove the heavier polluting, most decrepit vehicles from roads. As part of a European Union environmental program, a London council is testing an infrared spectrometer from the University of Denver in Colorado. It causes the pollution from a passing vehicles. So I think we found our answer, which is it is currently possible to measure the pollution coming from individual vehicles whereas they are moving. So we found our answer. It causes the pollution. It causes the pollution from a passing vehicle more useful than the annual stationary rest, that is the British standard today. So our answer is again yes. तो हमें इसके साथ साथ यहाँ लिखने की बजाय फ़ौरन यहाँ लिखना चाहिए ताकि हम अपना टाइम जो है वो वेस्ट ना करें और उसको टाइम को अच्छी तरह से कंज्यूम कर सकें. थर्ड वाला क्वेश्चन हमारा है रेजिडेंट्स ऑफ लॉस एंजल्स आर नाउ टेंडिंग टू रिड्यूस द ईयरली डिस्टेंसेस दे ट्रेवल बाय कार. लॉस एंजल्स के रहने वाले जो वो अपना सफ़र जो कम कर रहे हैं ईयरली, ये हमें फाइंड करना है. So we'll come back to the passage. The effort to clean up cars may do little to cut pollution if nothing is done about the tendency to drive them more. Los Angeles has some of the world's cleanest cars, far better than those of Europe, but the total number of miles those cars drive continues to grow. This is the answer. Total number of cars, total number of miles those cars drive continues to grow. So here it is written, the residents of Los Angeles are now tending to reduce the yearly distance they travel by a car. So our answer will be no, क्योंकि ये टोटल ही ऑपोजिट बात है. जब ऑपोजिट बात हो, if the statement contradicts the claim of the writer, the answer will be definitely no. So we'll also write no on the answer sheet. Come to the next question. Carpooling has steadily become more popular in Los Angeles in recent years. Carpooling has steadily become more popular. We'll come to the passage from where we skipped. An arrangement in which a number of people who share the same distance share the use of one car. However, the average number of people in a car on the freeway in Los Angeles, which is 1.0, it means the only person who drives the car, has been falling steadily. Here it is written steadily become more popular in Los Angeles. Carpooling मतलब कि ज़्यादा कार में ज़्यादा सवारी करने वाले लोग, तो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है कि कम हो रहे हैं. लोग पसंद नहीं करते अपने साथ ज़्यादा सवारी बिठाना, तो ये contradicts है. Again, if the statement contradicts the claim of the writer, the answer will be no. We will also write no on the answer sheet. Our last question is charging drivers for entering certain parts of the city has been successfully done in Cambridge, England. Charging drivers for entering certain parts of the city. यहाँ से हमने जोड़ा था. Increasing it would be an effective way of reducing emissions as well as easing congestion. The trouble is Los Angeles seem to like being alone in their cars. Singapore has for a while had a scheme that forces drivers to buy a badge if they wish to visit a certain part of the city. यहाँ पे मिस टाइपिंग हुई है, तो आपने इसको इग्नोर कर देना है. Electronic innovations make possible increasing sophistication. Rates can vary according to road conditions, time of day, and so on. Singapore is advancing in this direction with a citywide network of transmitters to collect information and charge drivers as they pass certain points. certain points. Such road pricing, however, can be controversial when the local government in Cambridge, England, considered introducing Singaporean techniques. It faced vocal and ultimately successful opposition. So it again contradicts the statement of the writer. The question is, charging drivers for entering certain parts of the city has been successfully done, but in the passage it is written that it forced vocal and ultimately successful opposition of entering certain parts of the city. So again it contradicts. Answer will be no. Again we will also write our answer on the IELTS reading answer sheet. I hope you all might get to know how to write yes no not given. अगर आपको समझ आई है yes no not given की, तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना और लाइक शेयर करना मत भूलिएगा। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वाली वीडियो में।